Hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So today in this video, let's try to understand planet Mars placement in the 12th house of the D-9 chart and what are going to be the results that are specifically associated with this placement. Let's try to decode in this particular video. The very first thing you need to have some basic understanding with regards to the functionings of the 12th house of the D-9 chart. Only then you will be able to blend the energy of Mars in it. Now the very first thing, 12th house of the D-9 chart represents the spiritual progression of any person. Like if you want to see how you are going to be spiritually progressing in your own life, that is connected with the 12th house. Planets that are posited in the 12th house, dasha, antardasha of these grahas, even the maturity age, like in that case of Mars, if it is 28 year, so that is going to be representing lot of spiritual progression that is going to be happening near about during that time frame. Even if you want to know the reasons for your spiritual progression, so this house is going to give you the complete answer. Secondly, this is also the house which represent any sort of combined foreign travel which you are going to be taking specifically with your spouse and like partner. Many a times any sort of karmic connectivity between two people, or where there are certain combinations present in the astrological chart where you have the capacity to marry a person outside of your caste, creed, community, or even in the case of foreign marriage. So 12th house is going to play a very significant role in that case. Apart from this thing, 12th house is also the house which represent any sort of combined disease aspect, okay. Specifically it represents the disease of the spouse and life partner. Now it's not only representing the physical, but as well as it also represents the mental condition. So if you want to check any sort of traumatic experiences which you have gone through and from which areas that traumatic experiences are coming, it's seen through the 12th house. This is also the house which can create a lot of loneliness, secludedness at the same time. Now the very first thing, when the Urja, energy of Mars is going in the 12th house of the D-9 chart, the very first thing, it can create a lot of sexual dissatisfaction inside the person's life. Mars in Vedic astrology is a karka or significator of Urja, energy. In the 12th house, Mars actually is going to be exhibiting lot of Urja, lot of energy is going to be present inside this Mars. Now, if the dignity of this Mars is compromised or if it is very weak in the horoscope, then this have the capacity to create lot of indulgence into the negative activities at the same time. But I will tell you, if the dignity of this Mars is very positive, it's very strong, if it is in the sign of fire specifically, in the Agni Tattva Rashis, or if it is very well posited, then this actually have the capacity to convert that negative Urja of the Mars into the positive Urja. And that is the reason why Mars in the 12th house is considered as an excellent placement when it comes to understanding the spiritual side of your own life. Because Mars in the 12th house is also going to be giving you a better understanding regarding the functionings of the human, like how human beings operate actually. This will also help you to understand the core emotions with regards to fear, empathy also. And this is also the planet placement in the 12th house where you individuals have the capacity to deeply dive into the sadhanas at the same time. You see many individuals that are actually heading towards more and more spiritual retreats, okay, going again and again. This is the energy of Mars actually. The same thing is also applicable to individuals visiting spiritual places on continuous manner. Like same time again and again, every year on they are having certain program with regards to visiting to the spiritual retreats. Because understand one very important point here, this is also the blood Mars, signify blood which is present inside the veins of the person. So the reason why the active energy of Mars is going towards the field of spirituality, so that this can cleanse out all the negative Urja or the negative karma. And that is the reason Mars actually in the 12th house also have the capacity to take these individuals in experiencing the foreign culture up to very large extent. It's not necessary like if Mars is in the 12th house, so this will give you permanent settlement into the foreign country, but exposure to the foreign people, exposure to the foreign culture is going to be present inside this Mars. And that is also the reason why 80% of the time Mars in the 12th house is going to be giving you lot of traveling. It's not necessary that traveling is only happening for the spiritual basis. It may be because of some professional standpoint of view, you are traveling to some new destination. But while heading toward that destination from professional standpoint of view, certain circumstances are going to be molded in such a way where you have the capacity to head into the spiritual side of the life at the same time. This is also a very good placement where specifically at the age of 28. Now 28 is the maturity age of planet Mars in Vedic astrology. It represents the dissolution of karma. Dissolution of karma simply means, suppose you have bring forward some positive, some negative karma in this present life with some specific individuals. Now in order to check, okay, which from where I have actually bring forward that karma, pay attention towards the two important zodiac sign of Mars. One is the sign of Aries and the sign of Scorpio. Look first of all in the D-9 chart where the Aries and Scorpio are posited. Like for example, you are Libra ascendant, okay, like, and your sign of Aries is in the 7th house, so marriage, your spouse, life partner, and the sign of Scorpio is in the 2nd house, that is your own family. So here I will tell you the karma dissolution is going to be happening at the age of 28, specifically with regards to your spouse and life partner and with regards to the 2nd house of family. You can also actually like use this Mars in predicting the various events of your own life. Like in that case, if it is gaining control over the 7th house, so 28th here have the capacity to trigger the event of manifestation of life partner into your own life. If the dignity of Mars is compromised in the horoscope, like if it is weak, so it also represents around the age of 28, there is going to be some splitting of karma happening between two people. Like suppose you are in a continuous relationship with one person for much longer duration of the time, maybe for past 5-10 years. And immediately out of a sudden that breakup kind of situation will happen. Now why this is happening? Because of the karma dissolution. Because Mars have the capacity to dissolve the karma. Second important aspect, you can also check whether if this Mars is retrograde or not, or if this Mars is forming connection with Rahu and Ketu axis or not. And check in the D-9 chart also if your Mars is sitting with some retrograde energy or if it is retrograde. Then what will happen, the dissolution of karma is not going to be happening with splitting. Then this is going to be happening from the suffering standpoint of view. Like where you need to spend certain amount of time with some specific person, no matter how toxic that person is going to be there. Because this have the capacity to create that combined karma where both people are meant to suffer. And it's not necessary, it's only linked with suffering. If the dignity is very positive, so both people tend to experience financial success at the same time, monetary success at the same time. And it's more applicable to your spouse actually, specifically the relationship with the opposite sex. That is also the reason why many a times Mars is going to be taking you into the foreign land and foreign country in order to complete that karma. Many people, they might be thinking like there is no sense of belonging present inside me, or where do I actually belong? This is the Mars Urja. Because the combination of feeling lost in your life, like I'm totally lost, I don't know what is the reason, what I'm doing here, the reason, purpose, existence. So all these answers are actually going to be found with the help of Vedic astrology. And that is where Mars in the 12th house, if it is going in the watery zodiac signs, or if there are going to be more and more planetary placements in your astrological chart that are actually going in the sign of water, it may be the sign of Scorpio, even the Cancer, Pisces also. So then this represents a lot of spiritual progression is going to be happening inside these person's life. And this spiritual progression will also going to become at a cost. Like it's not like that Mars is going to be giving you spiritual progression free of the cost. Many a times I have seen individuals which have gone through a lot of sufferings, initial sufferings. It may be because of some family related karma, certain traumatic experiences coming through some relationships or through some toxicity. That is the reason the Urja of the Mars will always looking for cleansing out everything. Because it's the blood, I told you, Mars particularly represents blood. Anything from lineage which is coming is also seen through blood. Okay, whether it's a knowledge, even the disease part also. I told you initially this is the house which represent the disease aspect inside the spouse and life partner. So if you want to check any sort of disease which are actually going to be carry forwarding from one lineage to the next, this placement is going to give you exact indication. Also, you need to pay attention whether the Rahu and Ketu axis is also forming connection with this Mars or not. Because if I will tell you, if your Rahu or Ketu is forming some sort of connection with Mars, specifically in the 12th house, then it's going to be a very karmic placement. And karma is not necessary, it's always going to be a bad. Many a times it's a positive karma also. But depending over which houses are controlled by Mars, if it is gaining the control over the money houses, so some negative karma from the monetary prospect, like maybe happening, certain financial frauds are happening. So these kind of karmas you can study with this Mars. If it is gaining control over the 5th house of the children, so there are going to be some major decodation of karmas happening specifically after obtaining the child. Because understand one thing here, just like your soul, your Atman, that is your planet Sun, it's the significator of the D1 chart, it's the Atam Kark Graha. In the D9 chart, Venus is your Atam Kark Graha. So here studying the relationship between Mars and Venus will also going to help you to make many fascinating predictions actually. In order to specifically check the soul, okay, like where my soul is going to be heading, or in order to check the final resting place of the soul, this placement will going to give you exact indication. Many times I will tell you, in order to check the death predictions also, or some negative prediction, you can study Mars and Venus in your horoscope, because Mars is Urja, energy, and Venus is particularly getting exalted in the 12th house, which is the realm of the Pisces actually. So Pisces is that dissipation realm. Mars in the 12th house also represents the similar amount of dissipation is happening. Now the main thing you need to check is the dignity actually, because if the dignity is going to be good, I will tell you it's going to be a very excellent placement. But if the dignity is a bit weak or compromised, then it's going to be a very tough placement in your own chart. So I hope you have gained some deep insights in this particular video with me. If you are having any queries and consultations with regards to particularly Mars or any other placement in the 12th house, just drop me an email. I will try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Also make sure to subscribe my channel below, hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. And I'm going to meet you very, very soon in the next video. Till then, bye-bye and Hare Krishna.